You better bleep out everything so I keep my.
Oh my God.
Because I'm gonna need to keep my job.
Right?
I'ma need to
That's why I was
keep
like,
my
wait a
job.
minute.
Keep this health care.
I'm like,
I'ma
Kristen,
need to keep my job.
Kristen,
I'ma need
look
to
at
keep
Tim.
my job.
Like,
When
I
you
didn't-
see Tim
like I,
just sitting there,
Staring.
I couldn't even see him, and I knew he was.
I didn't think she was gonna keep going.
I thought that was going to be very short,
Right.
and done. But
Y'all just
somebody
have no
was
idea
feeling
how
like-
much I can't stand.
somebody was feeling themselves
That-
in
that-
this. This is El Nil. Let's go.
Don't play it.
Welcome to El Nil, guys. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you as part of this experience that we like to call I Love Nerd Life. Man, 2020. Why does that need to be a phrase? And then when we say it, we have to let some air out of our lungs.
I need a refund.
A lot of cyberpunk people do too.
listen,
We talking about peaks and valleys.
2020 is
of
about to
2020.
lose its job.
and they're still playing commercials.
Look,
Well, I mean, they gotta still sell it. I mean, it's. We'll get into that.
Project Red gonna
So-
lose their subscribers. Project Red gonna lose some money. Get in line for unemployment, cause you gonna go bankrupt. Get in line. Get in line.
Wow,
You ain't gonna get this cash.
that's messed up.
Get
So,
this.
All right.
I have a question.
Well, before anything, Chico. Here's Chico. And here's Kristen.
You already know. You already know.
And here's Chris. Jeez, y'all just wanted to just jump into it. But this is crazy. All right. Please continue.
So, with what's going on with Cyberpunk, does that devalue, or I don't know if that's the correct terminology,
Pass me
the
the
history behind it?
All right. So just so you know,
Can
I
they
have
see that?
I have 2 copies of this because there's 2 of us that are playing this at the same time. So I just wanted to throw that out there. All right. Say again.
Does it devalue the history and the origin of it all?
You talking about the lore of Cyberpunk?
Even beyond that, like
No, I don't
people
think so.
are upset with CD Projekt Red, which is
I think this hurts more CD Projekt than it does Cyberpunk.
okay.
Because if you play tabletop, if you play
'Cause Neil
role-playing
Black Eye created
games.
this.
Hmm?
Neil Black Eye created this.
I did not know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
I have a little funny story when
It's
you're
a
done.
very well thought out world.
Because it was Cyberpunk 2013.
No, 2027. I don't know, but it's
So this
some,
is
think
it's
it's
some
10
year
years
that's
later?
supposed
I
to be
think
in
it's
the future.
27.
Yeah, because what's his name? Johnny Silverhand dies.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Sorry. I mean,
Dang.
you would already know
well,
this if you know.
Yeah, they pretty much know that.
It's not.
these
It's
days.
not
Like
something
finding out
new.
Tony Stark dies in game.
It's common knowledge.
It's new for me.
Well, your fault. I mean,
Well, if you couldn't tell from the
you
trailer
should have been reading
that he's a ghost, then there's a problem.
Well, not even in the trailer. It's just the whole thing of the part of the story of what Cyberpunk is. He's a major character in it, and if you're someone that follows it, I mean, I'm gonna speak for me. I didn't follow it into this game,
Right.
so I'm still learning it.
Hmm.
But Johnny Silverhand supposedly is a major character that in the world of Cyberpunk, he's a pivotal person, and hence, it would be common knowledge about that character. But with that being said, no, I think this is a reflection on
CD Projekt,
CD
okay.
Red Project.
Everybody losing their daggone minds on them online.
It's okay. Let me tell you.
Let me see it.
For me, I thought that the hype was amazing
Yeah.
because this hype was like 2 or 3 years in the making, and
2 or 3 years and 3 delays.
more than that.
I was gonna say
it
that's
was
what
a
I
lot of
knew.
delays.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I even started hearing of it was because of
I'm
all
sorry.
of the delays that were
What,
occurring.
3 delays this year
This year,
alone?
it was supposed to have been out much earlier.
Mm.
Like it
I was gonna
was.
say, wasn't supposed to, like 2018? Is that right?
I,
Like late 2018, early
something like that.
2019?
Like it was at E3, and it was one of the major titles. I was like, this is gonna come out on Xbox, and it's gonna be amazing. And look at all this, and all of a sudden you see, my dude, Keanu, come out
Everybody, the crowd
And
goes wild.
someone-
So breathtaking.
That's
and
probably
someone
why I
comes
heard
out
it.
and it's like, you're breathtaking, and then he's like, you're breathtaking. And you know, that was just a moment for all nerds.
all of those memes.
But the whole thing of that game, there was a big promise,
Yeah,
and then it came out, and the promise was not delivered.
I was gonna say, and it was a letdown.
It was a complete cluster. But in that though,
Unless,
no,
well, I mean, it still has
I
bugs.
mean even on
but
PC it's a cluster.
on the
Really?
yeah.
I
on-
mean it's a
on-
buggy, it's a
on-
buggy game.
Everybody keeps
on
like,
the PC and
you know
the
what I've
next
heard about
gens.
it?
It's public knowledge. If John Q public like you or like you know
yeah,
about it.
If I'm hearing about how bad it is, it's bad. Cause I don't play none of this.
Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, on PC and the next gens, it's
Better.
it's for lack of a better word, it's tolerable
Okay,
Oh,
so I'll just clear the air real quick, and
as
then we
far
can
as
get
how
into-
bugs go.
Yeah, like playability. It plays as good as it could possibly play on next gen hardware, like on Xbox Series X. I don't know about the S because I don't have one. And PS5, from everything that I read, it plays as good as it can, considering it's a buggy game. On PC, it's the best experience. But if you're on anything sub PlayStation 4 Pro or Xbox One X, you're gonna have like a really bad experience. And like seeing some of the videos, like IGN showing it on PS4 and on Xbox One, it is horrible. Like,
That's some of the random things that characters
Girl,
just pop
it
up
is
and
So
doing.
uncomfortable.
Oh, that woman.
if you see
I
it on
saw
screen,
it earlier when, well, not the actual thing, but I saw him doing that earlier, and I'm like, I feel so uncomfortable.
Yeah,
it's bad.
you see the woman doing it too. You be like,
No, thank you.
girl, are you okay?
So
Who hurt
You
you?
look like you're tweaking and
That's what it looks like.
twerking at the same time.
it's like you don't know which one you want to do.
You're twerking.
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 Let's
We're country now. You're twerking.
we need to get that catchphrase like on a hashtag and copyright and trademark it. All right. So just to clear this
Is it
out so we
spelled
can
with
get
3 E's.
tweet. See, now I got to think. Okay.
2
now-
E's.
No, TWEARKING. Twerking.
English major making up
Twerking.
words at the same time, and it's like this perfect
Shakespeare
English.
contributed like
this.
25 new words to the language. Beyonce has contributed 2. I can do 1.
In the
that's
words
all
of
she's
Chris,
gonna conversate
in
about
the
that.
words of
And this
Chris,
is Good night, everybody.
shade.
I mean, if Beyonce can get Bootylicious put into
And
Merriam
Oh, that's right.
Webster,
It did make it into the
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's
conversate.
right.
No, Conversate did not get into the dictionary. Please tell me no.
Yeah.
I
'cause she
think
was-
it is. Yeah.
Then they should have given credit to Biggie and not Beyonce.
Conversate.
Because in a few,
Conversate on Welter's grave, because in a few we gonna do what we
came
came
to do, ain't that right, boo? True.
Yeah.
He said, look,
So this show has now become a hip hop history show.
well,
Hey.
you said we're talking about the year in review.
Oh, you're absolutely
So we're-
right. Well,
the
I would have
history of
said that if I
2020.
could get to that. I'm trying to get past Cyberpunk.
Look.
All right,
we're
so
starting off with the
So
with
is
the pit.
everyone else at this point. So is
All right,
everyone
so-
else.
So with all that being said, this is the end of the year. So we're doing a year in review show, like some of the favorite things that have happened and not so famous
not
things
so
that have
favorite.
happened in 2020 in nerddom. And since we jumped into it, I guess we'll just jump right into CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk. I mean, we started talking about it. Might as well finish it. So I guess I'll jump in it because I think I have the most experience out of everybody. Am I right?
hmm
Okay.
I'm glad you looked at them.
Well, that's fine. All right. So as far as games go, the game is amazing. It is one of the most technically advanced games I've ever played. It is a work of art. It's a masterpiece.
I was going to say, it is, like, the art is,
The packaging is great.
this is beautiful.
Like you can
think
even
it's
put
really
something in
cool.
front of the camera if you like, unless it has a code. If it has a code on it, don't show it.
Okay.
All right.
I have the book if y'all want to see it too.
You
I don't
got
have it with
the
me.
strategy guide?
I guess
Or
that's
an
what
art
it is.
book?
It seems like an art book, but it does tell the history and stuff in it.
Mm.
Oh, okay, cool.
But if you look up strategy guide, there's the book. I'm like, okay.
Oh, this is cool.
So
Johnny Silverhand.
as far as like games go, I don't really play these types of role playing games. This is the first one I got excited about, and it was an experience.
Yeah, I was shocked you actually got it.
I like the thing
He's sports and
I'm
fighters.
I'm
and
big into sports and
shooters.
fighters and racers and stuff like
So-
that.
You're into sports?
Oh, I love sports games.
Oh, yeah.
I know about like basketball, but
I play basketball and
'Cause I brought
hockey
up-
and soccer most of the
I
time.
was gonna say because I brought up like Madden something one day, and you were like,
I'm not even gonna get into Madden.
the shade.
So with this, I was kind of weary because of The Witcher. The Witcher is like a traditional RPG.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a bit much. But then over the year, we started talking about Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
So that opened me up. And so I was like, all right, I'll give this a shot. This seems cool. I have no regrets. It's an experience. I felt the story at the end and I had to turn it off.
You beat it?
I went through my archetype. Yeah, I finished that.
I was gonna say I don't think
Yeah,
you ever like
he's
beat
more
Dungeons
straight
and Dragons, right?
through
Yeah.
main
Yeah,
story.
I'll play through it and get it through. Like if I have to stay up at night, I won't even know that I need
Yeah,
to sleep. I'll just play it.
we're the
Same
side
me when
quest
I
folk.
binge watch
Yeah.
shows.
Same
like
difference.
I have it. I need the shirt that says one more episode, or like for books, it's just one more chapter.
Right.
For you, it's like one more level or something, maybe.
Something
or-
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. One more mission or
One
something
more
like that.
mission. Yes. Okay.
So I went through the first archetype. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. And the way that they did the branching and all that for everything, so engrossing. But the thing that hurts the game the most is how broken it is. For me, I've had my system turn off twice. I've had characters float across the room. I've had dialogue spoken, but they don't move. I've had characters move, but no dialogue. I've had sound effects disappear, like you're driving a car and you don't hear anything, but you hear the street. You hear when you turn the steering wheel and you're like screeching around a corner, but you don't hear the engine. I've had I've had characters open my door randomly and jump into my car as I'm moving.
You got me scared to finish the game now.
It's like the game is full of ghosts.
And you're playing on the next gen.
And I'm playing on the X, the Series X. And I can imagine how difficult it would be on anything under that. And I'm waiting for my wife to play Tunisia. We mentioned Tunisia before. I'm waiting for her to play on the Xbox One X to see how broken it is on that.
Oh, so you bought it on two different systems.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I still have my previous one and then my next one.
Okay.
So I look forward to CD Red Project. CG Project Red. I think that's what it is. Yeah, I can't remember. Fixing the game. Because it took them 9 months to fix The Witcher.
What was wrong with The Witcher?
It was buggy as all get out,
Bugs.
just like this. Like their games, when they release it, are really difficult because they use every bit of technology that they can get their hands on.
Okay.
So like if someone says there's a new technology to move hair,
They're
they're gonna put it in the game and break the game just because the technology's there. So this is actually a good lesson for you, Chris, because as you're in your degree path, they're probably going to teach you about like limitations of things that games can do. And this is going to be like a
can
really
see this
great
coming
case
up.
study.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So with all that being said, I feel bad for them because their reputation is hurt.
Yeah.
And they have so much bad press right now, and they're trying to do like a lot of disaster, disaster damage. I can't remember. No, what's the word?
Damage control?
Damage control. And they're not successful. Like the whole thing of the refunds policy that they're trying to do, that's just bad. So I say I wish everybody, the retailers, the players, and the publisher good luck. I know there's a lot of people who are very disappointed. I know there's a ton of people who are going to stick it through it like me and just hope that things smooth out. I feel bad for the retailers because now they have a big refund thing happening to them.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Sony, Microsoft. I'm glad Nintendo doesn't have a powerful enough system to run it because they don't have to deal with it.
That almost sounded shady.
A little bit. But with all that being said, if you have something that can run it, it's an experience. I'm going to play through my second playthrough probably over the rest of the holiday break because there's 3 different archetypes, so I want to do the second archetype. And yeah, that's my feels.
Lil Nas X is in Cyberpunk.
Hey, stop that.
I did try.
So
It's like, hold on, wait.
you played a little bit of it. What's your feels?
I'm nervous. I don't know whether I actually found my first bug or if I need a new controller.
That's right. So what's happening with you?
So,
What system are you on?
Xbox One.
Okay.
So this is the original big box.
So, I'm doing training, and my person starts moving by himself. That's normally a sign that
So this
Is
is
he
not
possessed?
this is not Joy-Con drift.
yeah,
So,
that's what
yeah.
that's what it normally is a sign that your controller is starting to go bad
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
when they're moving by themselves.
Okay.
But then one of the functions wasn't working. It kept saying
That's in-game
it kept
bug.
saying
I can tell you right now.
kept
it
saying
is.
to zoom in, but it wouldn't zoom in.
Oh, I didn't tell y'all about the other bug. I had a bug where when you're in the car, you could not change the view from interior to third person. So the driving in the
that
game
one,
is
yeah.
really, really hard to do if you're inside the car. So I think you experienced what I experienced, where there was something that you can do, but the function wasn't activated. And you couldn't do it.
I think I did experience something with the training when you in
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the part where I think you're supposed to hack somebody and then zoom in on them,
Yes.
Yeah.
And I-
right.
and I kept pressing
Yeah.
the controller, and I'm like, okay, that's why I'm like,
Yeah. I was trying to figure out like maybe I'm wrong. Like, did I do something wrong or?
I think it's the
Anything
game.
you think you're doing wrong is probably
It's
a bug.
probably a bug. Yeah.
I mean, can I tell you something about this that I love? Is the fact that I've been complaining about fruit flies in my apartment for like 2 weeks, and I'm glad those are the only bugs I have to deal with because listening to y'all just
Very cute. Very cute.
just makes me be like, you know what? I can just pour some apple cider vinegar in this, and it's over with. Y'all got to get refunds. Y'all got to like figure out if your controller is dying.
because like a
Stuff is
simple
different between
a
disc
simple
and
glitch
download.
where okay, music's missing or somebody's getting in my car during a mission. If I can complete what I'm doing, I'm okay with that.
Can I ask y'all? Is this the thing that took like 12 hours to download or something? Or
Yes.
Yes.
when y'all kept like putting pictures of
Yes.
like, I was like, who
did it take
waits
12
this
hours?
long?
So so just real
What took
quick.
12 hours for one of
is
y'all?
this
Like mine
thing?
only took about.
No, that was me because I had bad internet.
Oh, okay.
Me,
Okay.
it took about what, like I think I was posting for maybe what, like an hour and a half.
I'm about to say I took max
think
2
that
hours
was you.
for that.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
the one where it was like,
Yeah.
like dial up AOL
Yeah,
speed.
because it's
Yeah.
yeah, that was purely a internet issue. Because when the disc had to do its download,
Yeah, you said that was
yeah,
fine.
no problem.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. This takes about 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, and then you got to get whatever the rest of it is from the internet.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was finding a very hard time following in
Well,
the
yeah,
chat
because
because I don't do
especially-
any of this.
yeah, especially since you grew up in the
Cartridge.
Plug and
age.
play.
yeah cartridges. There was no loading.
Yeah, everything was
Yeah.
there.
It's like cartridges and
Put it
discs.
You did
A
CDs.
couple of discs. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Just a
Yeah.
couple. The last system I got was a GameCube.
Yeah, that's a disc. So,
Yeah, that's
so-
the one with the little disc,
Very, yeah, the
right?
mini DVDs.
Yeah, that's the last thing that I had, and then Justin just recently gave me his PS3 that I still have inside of the Xbox box that he put it in.
That's cute. All right, so
By the way, this looks like Blade Runner, y'all.
that
yeah.
is inspired. It's
post-apocalyptic?
inspired by that
Post-apocalyptic,
whole.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. I have not played this game. I don't even
When
know
I
what
show
it's
you
about,
some
but
of
it's
it, you're gonna be like,
beautiful.
"It's a beautiful game."
It's like even just the stills
Yeah.
from the game are beautiful. And
We should let her create a character.
oh dear God,
Oh, I'm not even gonna say what I would like to see you choose, but
it would look
I
like
would
Chris
love
Evans.
to see that choice.
It would look like Chris Evans and John David Washington had a baby.
Well, in any of that,
Well,
that's not the
I-
choice I want to see you make.
I was gonna say, well, she has seen all of Chris Evans, so
So,
I
so
have.
she could probably make
because
that
that's
choice.
how detailed you can.
I haven't seen the back of him though.
It's America's.
Yeah, but I haven't seen. Have I seen a bear? I don't know if he showed a bear in Not Another Teen Movie.
Yeah, because he was covered in whipped cream and shit,
Yeah,
wasn't
and
he?
but when he like walked away, I think he had the banana in his butt.
Yeah.
But I just want to say really quickly that when
You can pull it closer if you like.
the
mic.
mic, I don't know what's happening.
That's okay. You're good.
For the longest time when y'all were talking about this, I really in my head had steampunk.
Same
And
difference.
is it?
There's a little bit of that in it,
Okay.
but it's
because-
more dystopia.
okay.
Yeah.
Because it looks really good.
Cyber is dystopia, post-apocalyptic. Steam is Victorian.
Victorian, yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like something I would want to play, but y'all keep talking about how buggy it is.
I think if you were to get to a system where you could play it on it,
Are they redoing it?
They're just gonna fix it.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, that's
update.
I
So
guess
it'll
that's what
probably
You
it'll
get
probably be
updates.
another 6 months, 9 months, and then it'll be
which
better.
is when I can afford the PS5.
Yeah.
Me and Chris.
You mean when they have some available?
True, that too.
Well, then by the time it's available, it'll be a matter of if she can afford it.
Oh, trust me.
Yeah.
By that time, I'll be able to
Yeah.
afford it.
All right, so let's
universe.
jump into what we really were going to talk about because I think I talked about the thing I was excited about.
It's like a peak and a valley
yeah, absolutely,
in
You're right.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. So year in review, some of the things that we found to be really cool. Anyone want to volunteer something?
Animal Crossing.
All right, let's jump into it.
Yeah. Another
Okay.
thing I don't play.
So go ahead, you lead off.
So no, we're gonna keep it. We're not gonna focus on COVID, but I had it, and when I got out of the house, I bought Animal Crossing right before
You went in.
I went in. Well, before I went out
Yeah.
of town, and then when
Yeah,
I
because
came
we
back.
went and picked it up at Best Buy.
Exactly.
Right.
So right after that, I went out of town, came back, was just horribly sick. When I got back to deal with the stresses and everything, I started playing Animal Crossing, and I've never played a game like that before in my life, and I
Which we
enjoyed it.
do need to get back into.
We do need to get back to
I'm,
Animal Crossing.
that
I
what
know
you're
I got
playing
a
on the
lot of
Switch?
Oh.
weeds.
Yes, and like
A lot of roaches I need to
yeah.
fix.
Oh, I killed mine.
Well, I
I killed
haven't.
mine. Picked up the weeds and everything.
Yeah.
I play on a regular. My
What are
my
what are
s-
weeds
stuff.
and roaches? This sounds like
Like-
marijuana terminology.
It does. So okay, so if you don't play the
Sorry,
game,
kids.
if you don't play the game for a while and upkeep it, your
You're being negligent to your island.
your
Oh,
island
okay.
grows weeds.
Okay, that makes
Like-
sense. Okay.
And your house will get roaches.
Because you're not keeping it up.
So it's an episode of Hoarders.
Yes.
No.
No,
Yeah, well,
it's
This is abandoned.
Is- is-
Weeds and
abandonment.
roaches?
No,
no.
abandonment.
What's the? Well, I don't know if y'all.
I mean, it doesn't have all the clutter, but yeah.
Okay.
It's abandoned.
right? It's
Yeah, there's a
abandoned.
show on Vice called Abandoned where they abandon like malls and,
Hmm.
and places, and then people go and skate in it. But they show like the
Oh.
history of the place where it was and how it decayed, and so our abandonment of our islands leave us with roaches and weeds.
So you
So,
say
please,
abandoning malls and stuff. I think when the homeless move in and like take over.
Same difference.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Your-
includes
yours
it.
was a little
Did
more
y'all
positive.
even go back for your birthdays?
Nope, I didn't for mine.
I've been back since my birthday. I got my birthday gift.
I complete.
I was gonna say, is there like a celebration or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they throw you a party.
Yeah.
As soon as
That's
you walk,
cool.
you walk out the house, one of your little people be like, "Yo, follow me." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Really?
That's
Yeah.
fun.
So I need a back date.
Yeah, go back in time if you haven't played. Yeah,
Yeah, I need to go back
do
in
it.
time.
You know what? Now
You
that
know,
you
just
mentioned, I think I'm gonna do that
Avengers
real quick.
Endgame that whole thing. Just in game
Right.
that whole thing. Just be like Cap. Just go back in time, start fixing some stuff, marry Peggy, have some kids, carry her casket at her funeral.
It's like Animal Crossing just went completely dark.
Yeah, it did.
No, it just went Chris Evans since all it did.
Oh, All right,
I had to sneak it in once an
continue. I'm
episode.
sorry.
But they have weddings and stuff.
They have
But nah,
nice things.
it was cool. Like I had a good time, so and it helped me through a lot. So, but then I started school, and
I'm right there with
Now
you.
you don't do anything.
Right.
sir, like nothing.
We're happy
like,
to see you here, though.
Mm-hmm.
happy to be here. But yeah, Animal Crossing for me.
Cool. Kristen.
Oh no, come back to me because I don't know nothing.
All right, that's cool.
I told you what yours was.
I know, but it's so predictable.
No, it doesn't matter.
I'm
If
so
it's true.
basic.
Well, that's true,
I
but
feel like a blonde girl in an oversized cardigan and with big sunglasses carrying a Starbucks Frappuccino.
it's so
Like,
funny you say
I
that.
don't know what's
so
worse,
basic.
what he snuck in or what her description is.
I didn't hear what he said. What did you sneak in?
He agreed.
Oh. But it is. It's so basic for me. Like, it's Batman.
Just say it.
It's the trailer for Batman Now 2022.
So why did that jump out for you?
Because of how vehement my hatred was for the casting of Rob Pattinson. Like, the vitriol that I was spewing in his direction was lethal. Sorry, I hope it's not my fault you got COVID.
Wow.
I said lethal. What? Chris? I'm sorry. That was a little insensitive.
Like spoke it
Wow.
into existence.
I know.
I didn't say I wanted him to get sick. I said I will eat crow, though. I said I would eat crow if it turns out really well. And I will say that just based on what's in the trailer, I will probably have to eat crow. But I'm okay with that because I can admit my faults. I can admit when I'm wrong. It doesn't happen often, so I don't have to do it that much. But I can admit.
Holy cow.
We should find a meal to make in the shape of a crow for her. That'd be
So you can eat the crow.
Yes.
Just make me watch the crow.
Oh, you know what we
Just
can
make
we
me
can
watch
do?
the
We
crow.
can get a McRib.
and
we
not
can
put barbecue sauce on
And we
it.
could dust a crow in barbecue sauce on the McRib. And there you go.
What?
So you know, like how with confectionery desserts, you can dust a design on top of the confectionery design. So we'll make a stencil, and
You
then
want to dust a McRib.
Dry rub.
they see
What she
we
said?
got help.
Barbecue seasoning.
Barbecue seasoning.
You shush. You shush over there. Don't you answer the madness. Now I see why y'all married.
But yes, go ahead.
It's what you cannot get over a crow. Because I just see confectioner sugar in my head on a McRib.
A sugary McRib.
Like,
There you go.
Oh, that's so gross. Oh, that's so gross. That's something that Luther Vandross probably would have eaten.
It's a Luther.
Goodness gracious.
Stop making these faces, Chris.
She's just going
Okay,
all
Elvis
ham,
Presley.
isn't she?
I was going to say, I would at
Elvis
least gave that one to Elvis.
Elvis Presley.
Remember he used to eat like the
I know
the
what you're
cardiac
saying.
arrest
It's
stuff?
just the fact that you're bringing up all of this evilness
Because
in the
that's-
conversation.
Well, you talking about putting some daggone confectioner sugar in the shape of
I
a crow
didn't
on
say
my-
confectionery sugar. I
Okay.
used that as an example of saying I will
Just
put a
say,
stencil
on my
and put a
rib.
crow on your McRib.
That
That's
just
all I'm
sounds
saying.
lethal as well. That sounds like an artery clogger to me.
And just like that, I want a salad.
Well, don't go to McDonald's. 'cause
can't
you
get
Can't
At
go to
McDonald's.
McDonald's, though.
But I really like the aesthetic again of Batman 2022. I have to keep not saying 2021. And y'all know, love it. Just
Oh,
the
The
eyeliner.
eyeliner.
the blackout eyelining. Yeah. I love that. I love the music. But in all honesty, what I might like better than the Batman 2022 trailer is the animated series interpretation of the Batman 2022 trailer.
You're just you're a hardcore fan of TAS.
TAS, like ride till I die. Like I just,
How is that not tattooed on you?
you know, I don't.
And there goes the light bulb.
I was about to say that would be number 9. I don't have 8 tattoos. I have 8 tattoo designs that I need to
Okay.
get done. Because the next one is
About to
this
say,
bad boy.
About to say, please don't show them where you're putting this stuff.
sir.
We don't need to see any
I'm
secrets on the
I'm
show.
a public educator. So Deathly Hallows, that's my next tattoo eventually when COVID is over, because I ain't having nobody put no needles on me when COVID is running rampant. But yeah,
Oh man, you just made me think of somebody. They're probably having a really hard time in their business right now.
yeah.
Maybe.
You know, tattoo folks are having a pretty
They're fine.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, for the most,
Like a
it
stable,
depends on the
yeah.
it depends on the shops.
And what they're doing to keep safe.
Some
and all
have
that.
issues, but from what I've been seeing,
I was gonna
they've
say, I know
been
some people have
okay.
been mobile with their stuff, and I was like, is that legal? To have
Well, there's a
mobile
lot of things that's not
tattooing?
legal in that business, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I love that Paul Dano is in it. I saw him in Prisoners recently, which is the other movie where I was like, I know I've seen him in something. It's like when Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal like capture like somebody that they think kidnapped or killed their daughters, and Paul Dano plays the guy who they think did it, and he's so creepy. He's gonna be such a good Riddler if they play him out the way that I'm imagining, which would be a little bit darker and more realistic. So I'm just very excited about that. I'm excited about the fact that Robert Pattinson is not sparkling. I saw him in Good Time recently. Nice gritty movie where he acts like he's from New York and he had a really good accent.
Wait, wasn't he in Tenet? How was he in Tenet?
Boo, wait a minute. Maybe that's tied for number 2. I mean, tied for number 1. Maybe that's number 2 of number 1. Yes, Tenet. Yes.
Yeah.
That was the first time I ever looked, because I've always thought, like, from one angle, there's one angle that he has where Rob Pattinson's a very handsome man. But in Tenet, I was like, kind of sexy.
You know, my
bit,
coworkers
little
saw
bit.
that recently, and he
You were
said
telling me they watched it at work.
he
right?
watched it, and he said after watching Tenet, he accepts him as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, because that's what he plays in a sense.
Hmm.
Like when he's,
He has a
I
that
can't
stoic
even-
sense of.
it's not even that. It's that he plays sort of like a wealthy, intelligent physicist. So like even like the science realm of it.
So he's not so dreamy. He's more serious.
Yeah, but what I
he's
like is
basically
that
he's basically what I've been looking for do with the abs.
Chris Hemsworth,
No,
he's got abs.
from Neighbors.
Oh, Zac Efron.
Yeah, he's basically Zac Efron. He's acting out of his normal stick. Is that what you're saying?
No.
No, like the whole thing of Patterson, like we know him from Twilight. I don't care.
I know you don't, but he might.
Okay.
when he
well,
sees our
whatever.
show.
Well, he's acting beyond being a twinkling vampire.
But that's the thing is that I
now,
didn't realize
I'm-
that.
But I'm asking you the question that it's a convincing performance and it shows his range,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So it's the argument that I made about Zac Efron, where we only see him in his abs acting.
Gotcha.
Not
Did
him.
you watch Incredibly? What is that? Something evil and incredibly vile or something like that. He plays Ted Bundy.
Who?
Zac
Zac
Efron.
Efron.
I gotta see it.
It's on Netflix.
I will
He's
watch it.
Ted Bundy, and
I will watch it.
people are like,
Okay.
it's a whole different side.
Okay. Then if I see that and I don't see any shirt
Yeah, it
coming
was-
off, then I then I will
Did
rescind.
Ted Bundy take his shirt off?
Not on trial.
Well, it's not just a trial.
Well, I'm just saying.
Chris is like, where is this conversation going? And why is it going there?
I'm just saying, if I can see him acting and I don't see an ab, a single ab,
Are you okay with seeing Rob Pattinson's abs in Batman?
I don't care about that. My whole thing was I didn't want to see him twinkling. You said that he didn't twinkle in a different role.
Yeah. Like,
So that means that he can
And-
act beyond Twilight.
and I was going to
twinkle,
say,
baby.
to
Twinkle,
your
twinkle.
point, what? What did you say?
Sprinkle, sprinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
Like a little meme. I was going to say, to your point, if you see him in basically anything that's not Twilight or arguably Harry Potter, he is gritty and very like eccentric, and like when he played the French commander or whatever in The King, he's a very weird actor. He's very much more like a he's very artsy. He's much more like, I like to do independent movies. I'm fine with getting paid $10,000 for the role. Like, kind of.
I
like,
can dig it.
I do
Okay.
it for the art. I don't do it for the check.
Then I will see Zac Efron in a different role because my limited point of view for him is everything he turns, like everything he takes his shirt off on. So seeing that there's a role where he's not, then I will. What's the question? What's the comment?
It's like,
Because
Why are you laughing?
what is up with his abs?
okay, all right. So I'll explain it really quick.
I think he thinks the only reason Zac Efron gets roles is because
Is
of his
because
abs.
of
There you
his
go.
abs.
Boom.
That's it.
That's it.
There's no
It's like-
acting. It's just abs.
It's just his 1% body fat and his abs gets in roles. And
He's
my
cute though. It's also because he's cute.
I don't.
And he was in High School Musical. He's a Disney baby. That's why he gets roles.
Here's my thing. I don't care about any of that because
That.
the person that we know is not even Zac Efron. It's Zac Efron's abs and pecs. That's all I'm saying.
You gotta
So
see-
it's not
Added
it's not that he can't act. It's that my sample
been in
size
anything to
of what
show
he
that
does.
he can act.
Thank you.
and
My-
that's what I used to say about Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, my sample size of his acting is very small, and anything that I've seen, he's even made fun of. He's
Yeah.
poked his own fun of the roles that he's played because he's basically just a walking, talking ab,
He's a cliche. He knows he's a cliche.
and that's my point. I'm not saying that he can't do anything. Is just that what I've seen and I am aware of, public awareness, is that his roles require for him to take off his shirt and show his pecs and abs and maybe his arms.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not so
You also should see a show on Netflix that is him like traveling around the world.
I'll take a
I
look.
heard that was pretty good.
It's really good.
I will take a look. Like I said, I'm
you
not
see him as a person and not as like a caricature.
Yeah.
I welcome anything that opens him up to my understanding of his ability to act beyond the niche
Pecs
roles that
and
he's been in, beyond the abs and pecs.
Now be warned,
Okay.
that little documentary of his shirt is off quite a bit.
He's in tropical environments.
Okay.
It's
there's a
no,
reason
it's
behind-
practicality.
To Chico's
it's
point.
practicality.
To Chico's point, we could be in a tropical environment, and what are we gonna do?
Take
Because
my
we-
shirt off.
because
you
we
gonna take
respect.
you're gonna take your
because
shirt off.
because
aren't
we
you?
respect the people that are around us. We will exercise our right to wear a swim shirt.
A swim shirt.
Take all this off right now.
You
Yo,
gonna get every
you gonna
last
get
bit of this
belly.
thickness.
No, I'm just kidding.
You gonna get all this thickness.
Thank you.
What?
Here's the thing. I don't have a problem with that.
So when you go to the beach, do you leave your shirt on?
It depends. If I'm not trying to get burned by a tan, I'll wear a swim shirt. If I don't mind and like I'll tan or something, I'll take it off.
There you go.
But there's a difference between me taking off my shirt
Let me tell you
and
something.
Zac Efron taking
Let
off
me tell you
his.
something.
Oh,
if
God.
DJ Khaled can have himself shirtless on his CD covers,
Here's the thing.
you all right.
Here's the thing between DJ Khaled, Action Bronson, Bizarre,
Bizarre. Oh
and
my
me.
God.
They
Not
can afford to
bizarre.
not care.
Booyah.
But if you have a TV show on Netflix, you have gotten to a certain level of clout.
I'm sorry.
where
If you
take
have a
off your
TV shirt on Vice, you have a certain level of clout.
so then you can take off your shirt.
Okay,
I don't
so
have. Where's my show on Vice? Is that what you're saying?
I'm
That's-
saying,
you
like,
have a
if you
show
get
on
to that
YouTube.
level, just take your shirt off.
I'm sorry. That's even more dangerous than having a show on
Oh, God.
Vice.
That's true. That's true.
In any instance,
I just feel like you take off your shirt if you want to. It don't matter. If you got
I'm
a
not.
six-pack
I'm
or
not. I'm not saying you don't. You
ain't
have
upsetting
to wear.
nobody.
I'm not saying that anyone needs to be body shamed or anything like that.
I
I'm
know
just
you're not,
saying.
yeah.
I'm just saying for this particular actor, he has achieved the status of one note.
It's
And
not as
I'm
bad
looking-
as Taylor Lautner.
I would agree. I would agree.
That's what I think.
In that, I'm just like,
And he
Pecs
doesn't
and
even
abs.
have the abs anymore.
Oh, I don't even know.
okay.
so did I explain?
Yes.
Okay. It
There's
doesn't.
more
It doesn't
clarity.
matter. You don't
Chris
have
is
to
like,
agree.
you gonna get this thickness. You gonna get the Snickers.
I'm.
Thicker than a Snicker. Have
Yeah,
I
you
left
know.
you speechless?
No.
No, I think I did.
No.
Oh,
I
tattoo.
just.
There's nothing to say. It's fine.
He has abs.
He does, and they are
he's
under
saying-
contract to appear.
Wait, but I think you said something on the last episode about like they're insured.
I believe that they are.
No, I asked if
He
they
asked.
were.
He asked if they were insured like J-Lo's assets.
You can't you can't even really insure most body parts.
Oh God.
Whatever, depends on who you are, and I believe.
Yeah, like there are certain like violinists and stuff who have their pinkies insured.
I mean, what's his
like-
name has his hands registered? Mike Tyson, because he's a boxer.
J Lo said it's a
And their
lie though
weapon-
that her butt
All
is
the
insured.
boxers have their hands registered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they are.
Yeah,
like,
fighters
weapons.
kind of have to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So anything else with what you have for the year?
Can I go on a personal level?
If you like.
I got a job.
Congratulations.
Full-time job. Like, that is claps and snaps, y'all. Full-time gig. Like, I'm very happy about that. My car did get totaled. But I was able to pay for it because I got a full-time
another vehicle.
job. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're mobile.
Yeah. It's, you know, 2020's been a wacky time. But,
Very
you know,
interesting year.
there's been some great stuff to come out of it. Yeah. Taco.
Chico. Whichever way you want to be answered. No,
Kenneth.
you want to answer
Kenny. K-Dog. Oh, no, that's
Mackenzie.
me. I'm K-Dog.
Oh no.
At least I moved away from the mic.
And the world waits.
I can't say there was
All that time
really-
I was talking and you couldn't think of nothing.
Well, I mean, he brought in abs, and you know that just
Just
takes
discombobulates
over,
everything.
That just takes over everything.
Yeah, but it's Zac Efron's ass.
It's abs and pecs. I'm sorry. You
I'd
gotta- you
prefer
gotta-
Chris Hemsworth's abs and pecs over
But he
Zac
doesn't. But
Efron's.
he's not picked in roles to where he's gonna turn it. take
He
it
was for
more.
Thor.
Oh.
He was for Thor. A couple of things after that, no, but Thor. Absolutely.
Come on, Chris. You got to give me that.
What?
All right. Thank you.
Got to give
I'll-
what?
He's lamenting over my comment about how Zac Efron is being booked for pecs and abs.
He is though, for the most part.
Go ahead. Speak
Save
your mind.
Charlie
No,
St.
I don't-
Cloud. Charlie St. Cloud's the only
Chico
movie
go.
where it wasn't about his pecs.
I don't know about good. Everything like ups were just seemed like so leveled out because of the way the year had been set up.
Yeah.
But we'll say it's been a letdown that like a lot of my childhood has passed away.
It has
just
been a
like,
really
wow.
tragic year. In many different ways.
Dang,
but yeah.
thanks.
It's
Now I'm
like-
thinking about it.
well, you said hills and valleys, or whichever way you express it.
Yeah, peaks and valleys. Yeah.
There you go.
Either way.
Yeah, like every time you turned around, so such and such from this show died. God, this sucks.
At least you don't get death announcements from the staff at my school.
Ugh.
I was like, on top of everything else, we get death announcements in our emails like
So-
at least once a week.
Celebrities are a bit easier to take. than-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never our staff members, it's like the family members of our staff members, but still, it's just like every
yeah.
week they're sending emails saying that somebody's
That's
died.
not
And
cool.
it's like that. We're like, you got the celebrities we don't need. Like people we know too.
Yeah, 'cause I get it from church.
Uh,
I'll talk to my mom. You know, such and such. I'm like,
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Right.
Appreciate it.
Didn't need to know, but okay, I guess.
I did just walk in the door. How you doing?
Yeah.
This is-
Right. Not even a hi. Like just like, you know who passed away.
and that's literally how it's been. It's like, and then
Did one stand out in particular in terms of like losing your childhood?
Ooh, good question.
Like you.
that's right. That's a loaded question, technically, if it's for me at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Wait, you
Yeah.
have one in mind?
No, he
No.
my dad.
Yeah.
well, I
You-
was
you were
trying
referring
to
to a
stick,
Right,
I was
she-
trying
right.
to stick with
Right.
the page, like nerd.
Like no,
dang, Chico.
no, I was answering that because I knew why he was I was explaining why he
you
was
were talking
making
about
that
he was making
face.
the face
Yeah, I was like-
And he was like, "Yeah, that's what." Like, well, yes, that's a loaded question.
It is a little. Wow. Okay.
I
I'm
don't know.
sorry.
Well, you know, death doesn't really.
It doesn't.
It's just
it's not
this
the
year.
same
It's
for
just
you.
right. It's just been like an overload.
It's been a lot.
I think we're all stoic now.
Yeah. I've had,
Not me.
I keep calling myself Kristen Wayne.
Ooh, don't do that.
Because then you have to have a different personality, and that means you're gonna have to invite me to the Batcave.
I was gonna say I was that way for about an hour and a half, and Chico was like, "It's not gonna work for you. It's not gonna last."
I will say the most recent is the one that like kind of shocked me.
Which one is that, Tiny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy Lister.
What was it? Didn't he pass away from something specific?
I think it was COVID.
Was it COVID?
Because he said something, he was saying something didn't feel right, and he was thankful, he would be thankful when he can go ahead and take the vaccine and go on about stuff. But I think it was that with a complication of something else that was pre-existing.
Mm.
But
You know, I gotta look that up.
right, I'd have to look it up again. But
Yeah.
yeah, I
didn't know
remember
that
that. Yeah,
part.
that was one of the last posts he was saying that. Yeah, I'm ready to get this vaccine and get this stuff done and over with.
Wow. That I did not know.
Yeah, this is what happens when you spend too much time on. Was it?
Mr. Lister's death appears to be of natural causes, but will ultimately be determined by the Office of the Medical Examiner Coroner,
So it's still out.
How recent is that?
December 11th.
So there's still some time for them to kind of figure it out.
Yeah, because there's it's oh look, Tony Lister recovered from coronavirus months before death,
Yeah,
so it could be complications from
right.
having it too.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, that was surprising.
That was out of left field.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I guess it's on me.
But everybody else was like, they were up there in age. So I
Yeah.
was like,
Okay.
I mean, like celebrity wise, we grew up in the TV age.
yeah,
Mhm.
So there would be like a lot more celebrities than what our parents or grandparents would probably be
Right.
used to. For me, I hate to say it, but it was the system launches.
Like good or bad?
Both.
Okay,
I was gonna say that's kind of the balance there.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking, because it could be both. So
All
it
right.
is both.
So here's the deal for me.
It's good because you got one.
Well, it was bad because of what I had to go through to get it.
True.
So for me, this year I think was a turning point in nerd culture because of every time we have a system, it's a drastic change in like the future of what we're going to be doing for like the next 7 to 10 years. And because of this being a COVID time, this is probably the first time we're going to have as much overlap between generations. Like both Microsoft and Sony have already said that they're going to keep supporting the system for another 3 years before they completely abandon it and start going into the next gen, 100%. And I think that that's a good thing and a bad thing.
Well, considering no one can get the other systems right now,
At the moment.
you kind of want to support what folks can get their hands on.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're still dealing with a slight recession
I was
and
gonna say
pandemic.
like financial recession.
Yeah. So, like, for the companies, I think it was a bad
But
idea.
yet gamers are making money.
Well, it depends on
Not
what
if
they're
they're
doing. If they're
wrestlers
streaming.
trying to be on Twitch.
Well,
Well,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
those gamers are not making anything.
Oh no!
Well, no, just the
No,
WWE.
she-
No, I'm saying, well, I was just trying to allude to the fact that they were trying to.
Right, they were trying to.
Well, just
And-
the WWE, but I mean, AEW loves their wrestlers. They'll let
Yeah.
them do their stuff, and indies will do it.
And she's actually doing quite well now.
Now,
Vega?
right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she's like she stays on Twitch. So
Cool. So I'm still mad at Sony and Microsoft because we're in a very unique time where money is hard to come by for a lot of people. People are dealing with really like real world things, but they're still releasing consoles when they could easily stock up on supply and release it in the first quarter of 2021. But as a gamer, give it to me now. I'll suffer and I'll figure out how to make it work.
Capitalism.
It's straight up capitalism. But But in
Peak
that,
capitalism.
the thing that was kind of bad for me is that there isn't really anything to kind of show for the systems outside of a couple titles here and there. And I think for gamers, it's a disservice. On the flip side of things, I'm kind of one of those people that likes to be like on cutting edge.
Hmm.
So I like to have it, and I know that I'll be ready for when things improve.
Can I ask this? Do you think maybe there was some partial motivation for still releasing it because they knew people would be home more often, so that way there was something for them to do?
As a business move,
I'm trying to
No,
give them
it's
the benefit of the
no,
doubt.
it's
All
cool.
three of y'all just went.
as a business move, they already knew that they wanted to release in
'Cause
fourth
they-
quarter.
Yeah, they do this the same
2020.
time right before
Yeah,
Christmas.
but I was
No.
just wondering if they didn't pull because they were like,
Well,
well,
that's-
we do
that-
this
no.
typically, and
Well, that's the other reason. Well, aside from Christmas season where everybody's going to be buying up stuff,
Mhm.
you then have the winter break. So they're naturally going to be home.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
COVID-
like minus
COVID
minus
has
COVID.
added to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, even without COVID, they'd be home.
Okay.
The other thing is, if COVID wasn't in effect and economy was the way it was supposed to be, money would be flowing. So they've already spent a ton of money up to this point in marketing and promotion, doing shows and demos and all this type of stuff. It would probably not make financial sense if they could avoid it to just go on ahead and release it, take the
Okay.
hit, and they'll make up for it in the long run. But I still think they had the power to wait.
Mm.
And not like they wouldn't have sold out if this was just a couple more months.
Yeah.
But everything that launched was just a disaster. It was bad.
But we knew it was going to be. But here's the thing. Let's just keep it 100. Every time another system releases, there's going to be chaos, and like this is nothing new.
No, but it's different. It's
What
Go ahead.
What difference did you expect, especially considering we're in the middle of a recession, a pandemic?
Uh-huh.
Like it's clear capitalism. Like.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, we already knew that they were not going to, it was going to be, like, every time something is released, they're not going to have enough systems.
That's not
Something's
entirely
gonna-
true, but go ahead. I
This
can
is
speak
Tim's
on
wheelhouse.
it. I can speak on it.
This is Tim's wheelhouse. You know he knows all of
No,
the
but,
nitty
but
gritty.
no, but no, he has a point. But it's a little bit more than what you're saying.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so whenever there's a system launch,
Mm-hmm.
normally, you can go to any retailer and you can do pre-orders. And what the retailers would tell you is, do the pre-orders because we have limited quantity, and what we have we will sell.
Mm-hmm.
And when we sell it, it is gone until we have more.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, though, if the allocations are sold out traditionally,
Mm-hmm.
then that means that the retailer can go back to the manufacturer and say, hey, we sold out. We know we're going to sell more. Make sure you make more so we can have some on day one. And that's when you always have that person who camps out because they're hoping beyond hope that even though they sold their pre-orders, that they have some available stock.
And if
and
it
they
wasn't-
sell them.
And if it wasn't 2020, then I could believe that. But it's 2020,
But
and things are going on.
But what you
Clearly.
what you were saying in that is that in the circumstances of it being 2020, this is different as far as a console launch. And what I'm saying is it's not. The only difference is just how much money goes around and how many systems are made. The same thing happened. They pre-sold what they could. They had some available for anybody who walked up.
Mm-hmm.
They sold them all.
Mm-hmm.
And then they trickle them out as far as they can until they have replenishment.
Yeah, because on your average launch,
It's just quantity that's different.
just about anybody could have got a pre-order. Like, I feel like this is the first time something has happened where, okay, yeah, there are no more pre-orders. What do you mean?
hmm
How can there be no more pre-orders? That's like it's wasn't a thing that was actually heard of for like how long?
But how do you expect it to be more pre-orders if they already know that people aren't making bread like that and aren't going to be able to spend bread like that?
Because there's people who have no money that will still find ways to
Thank
buy
you.
J's.
That's exactly what I was
Yeah.
going to say.
I
When
was-
you
I
have
was
no
gonna
money,
say.
even when you don't have money, people still find a way to spend it on things outside of necessities.
Okay.
It's not
Is
the
it-
wise thing
at
to do,
that
but
point,
we
it's-
got to
We're
look at
not
human nature.
supporting the
No,
idea. We're
at
just
that
talking
point, it's
the
the person.
reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was the one thing that bothered me about this. It was like this was an opportunity for the console manufacturers to be thinking for the people that don't think for themselves,
If you
because they were going to make the money
have a
anyway.
job-
Isn't that why they said they were going to do like a layaway plan or whatever? Like the installment thing?
They made a ton of ways for you to buy their systems.
my thing
Because I
is
thought that was
this.
they were trying to accommodate people that way.
Okay. I get what you all are saying. It's a lot of people are going to make a way. That's not the thing. I guess my whole thing is this: if you don't have a job, you know what I'm saying, and you have no money flow or anything like that, no savings, and this, down the third, you lost your job this year. You can't squeeze blood out of a turnip. Like, where are you going to get the money from? And my thing is this: like, dog, if it really comes down to my bills, a game. If my lights aren't on, where am I going to play the game? If I don't have a place to stay, I can't plug it up into. I don't think you can
Well,
plug it up into
well,
a car.
You can
Like-
you can go to
like-
you can go to a street.
So
Well,
wait,
my
are
whole
you,
thing is
are
I'm
you-
like,
are
I
you
guess my-
asking from the consumer standpoint, or are you asking from the?
I'm looking at this from a consumer standpoint.
Li-
It's just
You're
Dog, this
speaking
is
in a very
2020.
rational
Yeah.
tone, and emotion is a very irrational
Yeah.
behavior.
dog. It's 2020.
Yeah, remember,
It
people
is.
are like, I want what
And-
I want when I want it.
But you have some people who real live like it's a situation like. But it is what it is. Like,
But then you also have the people that are using this as a
Vice.
Coping.
Yeah,
some
Mechanism.
use it as therapy.
it definitely was for
Cause-
me.
I was gonna say,
Right.
like they talk about Candy Crush because that's what I play. Like, relieve the stress of your day.
Like, look
And
how
it
we were with
does.
Animal Crossing,
true.
Yeah,
And-
Animal Crossing helped you through a difficult time.
This is
right?
true.
And then
Yeah.
you have
Animal
those
Crossing didn't cost
that are
$500.
using it to make more
No,
money.
but if you didn't
They're
have a
flipping the
Switch,
systems.
Yeah.
you spend $300 and then the game
So
is
you have
another
that.
$60, and then you pay for online. That's another $20.
Which is what Kristen did not do.
So you got those that are thinking, okay, system $600, light bill $600. I can flip the system for $1,000.
That's true.
There's that too.
So
There were definitely hustle bugs on that,
Yeah.
selling their pre's before they even had a system in the hand. So yeah,
I feel like you're thinking how like as if manufacturers are the consumers as opposed to
No,
thinking that
I
the
just think that they
manufacturers
don't
are the
give a-
manufacturers. Because like Tim
Ah,
said, they could have.
okay.
What?
I see what you're asking. With what's going on, why
Why?
would manufacturers even go?
and that was
But
my point
yeah,
too.
that was.
Okay.
I was gonna say
It was
that's
like, why
what
didn't they
Tim-
just wait?
Because and that's what I was just about to say. Like where you're like, why couldn't they just push it back a little bit longer? That's why
But
I
they
say
did it-
you're
that's what
thinking
we-
like
right.
as if the manufacturers are consumers.
You know,
Because
I mean, my
a
whole thing is,
regular
I
consumer
guess,
would push it back.
I mean, my thing is just like it to me. It tells a lot about these manufacturers and their business practices.
It's a conglomerate. Like
It
that's what they
is.
do.
It is,
That's what they.
and as long as people sit down there and support them,
They'll just keep doing it.
Can I ask though? Like, I don't know why I keep saying, "Can I ask?"
Yes, you
Is
can.
there? I know it's like I know I
Can
can ask.
I
I don't know
kick
why. I'm
it?
like,
Yes, you can.
but
Can I kick it?
yes, you can. I was thinking,
Go
can I
on
get
then.
it?
I'm gonna kick it.
But like, I've never heard anybody come out and say this, but was it also maybe a push to where they were concerned that if they didn't release the consoles, that they wouldn't have the revenue to pay the people that they had?
I doubt it. Like
I'm,
this.
I'm trying to think
Well, no. Here's
with
something.
my heart.
This is something to add to that because you're on the right track.
Okay.
At least for me. I think it was a mad race to see who was going to play chicken first.
Yeah, you talked
Yeah.
about that before.
Yeah. And then how are you going to respond? Because every time since Sony and Microsoft has started doing this dance, it was always who was going to blink first on talking about price or release date or features or whatever. And I think this was one of those things that was like, we all know that you're going to release your system in November. Both of us know it. So who's going to release first? Who's going to drop price first? Who's going to get the exclusive first? Oh man, COVID happened, but we already said we're going to release in November. Are you going to release in November? Are you going to release in November? And I think that's just what it was. It was Microsoft blinked first and Sony reacted, and now both of them were committed. And so now it's, we got to do it because we said we were going to do it. Microsoft upped them because of spec. Sony upped them because of price. And then Microsoft upped them on release date. And then Sony said, nope, I'm going to release like more than you. And it was just chicken. I think they just, one blinked and the other one reacted. And it was just, well, we said it now. They didn't want to do us cyberpunk. So that's what I think. And I may be wrong, and I'm okay if I am. But I that was my thing for 2020. I was like, this is a very difficult time for a lot of people, and you're responsible for the next generation of gamers for the next 7 to 10 years. Be a responsible company. No one's going to blink an eye at you. And just going ahead and push it to 2021. And hell, if you waited a year, sure, people will be pissed, but they'll forgive you as soon as they get in line and buy
I just
it.
say as soon as it gets released, then it'll be like, oh yes,
Right.
all is forgiven.
So that was my thing.
We'll say as far as games go, I didn't even play the thing, but I did enjoy watching the playthrough for Spider-Man.
Miles Morales was fun.
It was a really,
It's a fun game.
That was fun.
like, even
I'll
like
have to
just
show you that one.
just
too,
watching the
I
story.
think you'd like it.
I was gonna say I've seen like in my suggestions on YouTube like playthroughs of it, and I'm like, oh, that looks like a lot of fun. Just don't know anything.
I think you'd enjoy it.
I keep saying I need to get back into games just because I think it would be good for my mental health.
Start with what you like.
Well, that's why I still have Candy Crush. It's like one
Yeah.
of the only games on my phone.
Hey,
Gateway drugs are the best games.
And the other, like, whatever y'all can tell me are the best racing and like one-on-one fighting games.
Mario Kart. It's all about Mario Kart.
Mario Bros.
You need a Switch. I'm not gonna get into that because I don't want Chris to look at me. See, he's already looking at me. I felt the daggers on me as soon as you said that.
I gotta say, from that episode, I loved my favorite moment from that episode when we were talking about that is when Chris went, "Why are you like this?" It was so genuine. Like, he just sounded really concerned. Like, why? Why, Tim? Like, you know when Cindy Lou Who sees the Grinch, like, taking the presents from underneath the Christmas tree, she's like, Sandy Claus, why are you taking our Christmas presents from under the
it's
Christmas
just one of them
tree?
things like, bruh.
because I'm gonna steal them.
And he just lies. That's how
This
Chris
is
was talking
why
to Tim.
I will not partake.
Tim has built a wall. We're not going to climb that wall.
Not at all. Not at
We're not gonna climb
all.
that-
You
We're
know
not going to
what?
help him build the wall.
You know what? I'm gonna stop this now because we're about to walk into a new year. So
But
What are
we
you
will
stopping?
put graffiti all over the wall.
this is
Oh, great. It's Berlin.
this is the reboot.
You sure it's not a remake?
I'm
no,
positive.
we are not remaking 2020.
Let's not. You know what you look. You know who you look like. You know who you look like doing
No.
this.
What we won't
Hold up.
have is a sequel.
You know who you look like doing
Why are
this.
you pinching your fingers?
Why are you doing like this? You know who you look like.
What did I call him like 2 episodes ago?
You called him Trump.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Remember I said with the hands, I was like, okay, Trump, because you kept doing like this.
Yeah, what were you doing? I remember it.
You were gesturing, but your arms weren't going very far from your body. And I called you 45.
I don't know what you had got. You were into something, and the motions were just like,
You've been watching a lot of politics.
Very Trump-talian.
Well, I do, but I doubt that I'm being.
Trumpish.
Because he's always doing this.
No,
You
I'm
know,
not.
No, Trump.
Trump.
No, but
And then
you
Trump
made the
does this
comparison.
too, because you're just gesticulating, excuse me, a lot, like he does.
I,
And you just did
I-
this the way,
I speak,
You just did like
speak
the-
with my hands,
but it's the way.
but I
it's-
don't
it's the
speak like
actual-
this.
But your hand was very, very close to that shape. is what
Wait
he's
till the
saying.
episode comes out.
The truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off. Bad, wanna be my bae. Sorry, that's Lemon by
Wow.
Chico picked up on it.
Yeah, I did.
That kind of hurt a
So
little bit. when
I think
just
I'm
did
gonna
that.
wrap this because we have celebrating to do, and right now,
We're celebrating.
yes, this
New
is
Year's.
the
Turn off
end.
the cameras.
This is the end, and when we come back, it will be a new year. It will
In
be
the
2021,
Wonder
and we have something
21.
cool to wear that I don't want to say anything about it because you're gonna have to
shouldn't
tune
said
in.
Nothing at all.
No, I want. It's called leaving a hook.
Cliffhanger.
It's a cliffhanger. So there's something cool we're gonna do when we come back in
We'll all be wearing
2021.
abs.
Yes, I signed a new deal with the Ill management that my next appearance will be my abs and pecs.
I'm gonna tell you all what Chris Nolan's least favorite moment of 2020.
We're not going there. I'm gonna cut you off right there, because that's
Because
just
if we had gotten to us saying both, that's what I was going to say. Because
that's
like,
a shame.
Chris
I'm,
Nolan, stop being so pretentious.
I'm not even gonna do that. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this thing out. So for Kristen, end of 2020.
Oh, that looks like 2020.
For Chris, end of 2020.
Peace.
For Chico, end of 2020.
And see y'all next year.
And for myself, Tim, as always, you guys rocks. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the alert button so you know when new episodes come up.
Smash it.
Smash the button. Smash it.
Hulk smash.
Smash it
Hulk smash.
with
it.
aggression.
Just
Hulk.
I had something in my head and I didn't want to say it, but I think you might have felt the energy of what I was
Just don't
thinking.
break
so
your
I wasn't gonna do
devices
it.
because you know.
Yes. Yeah, we can't replace them. And Microsoft won't do anything.
But maybe CD Projekt will give you a refund.
Shade.
That's what it's called, right? Yeah. CD
Yes,
Projekt.
yes, CD Project Red. Yeah. All right. So with all that, you guys rock. Thank you for rocking with us. Look forward to seeing you in the coming year. Be safe, be good. Make sure you join the community on Facebook because we got a lot of cool people in there. We're doing some cool stuff in there. At least, as I'm saying this, I'm thinking we are. So with that, guys, see you in 2021. And this is Hail Nell.